We move on, and we also have a viewer online with us. We have Arvind Raj. Arvind, hi, good evening. How are you doing today?
Hello?
Hi, Arvind.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so
I'm
we are
good
take
doing.
great. So, what is the investment amount that you are planning?
Investment amount. I have planning for invest monthly or 5K around. Okay. I would like to invest in SIP funds.
Sure,
SIP
sure,
like
sure.
for
Okay,
funds. Okay. And
okay.
just now I have invested in ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund. This is mid cap mutual fund. And one other is also mid cap Mirai asset. It's showing at that
Okay.
it's still not going up and sometimes going up, sometimes going down. And I'm planning to invest in 10 years. Could you suggest me what is the correct fund I would like to invest?
Sure, sure. Okay. All right. So 2 crores in 10 years, and you can invest 5,000. So far, what's the SIP amount going in these two funds?
Initial amount.
What is the SIP amount in the mid cap funds that you're doing right now?
I'm doing right now in ICICI Financial, I am investing 3K. And
Okay.
Mirai Asset Mid Cap Fund, I'm investing around 2K right now.
Okay. Okay. So far 5,000, and you are ready to invest more 5,000, right? So in all
Mm.
10,000 SIP every month. Got
Mm.
it? Right? That's right.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's
Okay.
okay.
Feroz. Uh,
Yes,
Feroz. Yeah.
yes, Kavita. Kavita, in my opinion, before I get to Arvind's pointed question, I think there is most often than not when an investor gets disappointed with his investments, it's largely because of unfair expectations or not right expectations. See, when a mutual fund investor is investing in a mutual fund, his expectations have to be very fair. Getting to 2 crores, kind of a corpus needs 25% IRR, and that's not so easily possible. If that was possible, Warren Buffett wouldn't be so popular with 22, 23 for long periods of time. So, point I'm trying to make is have a fair expectation of 14%. If compare it with if you did an RD, where would you get? And try and compare that and not expect a moon from mutual funds. If this one point is internalized, you will be using mutual funds for the right reasons and never be dissatisfied. Second point, like Arvind says, it goes up sometimes, it goes down sometimes. That's what you should expect. So that's no surprise, Arvind. That's how equity markets behave. That's the reason why you're getting 2 times more than an FD return. Why should somebody get 2-3 times more than an FD return? Is because he or she is able to put up with that pain in the short term so that the long term is very, very fruitful. Having said which, for you to get to 2 crores at 14% in 10 years, the SIP amount needed will be 77,000 rupees. Either you expand your time frame. If you expand your time frame to 30 years, for example, then with 10,000, even lesser amounts, you can get to far more than 2 crores. So that's point three. Point four, I'll give you some funds which you can invest or consider to invest. DSP Equity Opportunities, Franklin India Blue Chip, HDFC FlexiCap, and you can also look at the other funds from a HDFC basket itself, HDFC Small Cap, ICICI Approved Dividend Yield, ICICI Focused Equity, Invesco India Small Cap, Kotak Emerging, Kotak Multicap, SBI Contra. The reason, Arvind, I'm reading out a laundry list of these funds is if you have to achieve a holistic objective, you will need 10 funds. So if you have 10,000 rupees to invest, you can maybe start with splitting 1,000 rupees in each of them, and you can keep doubling up as your amounts double, and you are able to afford more SIPs. And all the best, Arvind.
The best, Arvind. We move on, and Feroz, we will take Garima's question now. This question is via email, and she wants to have a corpus of 5 crores in 7 years. And for that, she wants to understand what kind of a fund mix is needed and what's the amount of SIP that she can go for. She's just invested in Parag Parikh Flexi Cap, and that's the amount is 7,000, and that's for 5 years. She just started this 2 months back, and the goal so far is just a retirement goal. I don't have her on the phone line, so that's it in terms of details that we have. Feroz.
Thank you, Kavita, to read out the details for me. Gariba, if you're listening to us, again, I would like to reiterate the expectation. See, if 7 years is not a great time frame for a mutual fund investing and compounding to kick in, these crores happen only if you invest for those 20, 30 years. For a 7-year corpus, even at 14%, which is, I think, a good quality return because FDs post-tax get you about 5.5%. 14% is still 2.5, 3 times your FD return. Even at that, you will need a 3,54,000 SIP to get to that corpus of 5 crores in 7 years. And you're starting with 7,000. So the headroom, the gap is enormous. So you will have to look at your retirement corpus to wait for a little longer. Of course, I think you've done a great job in terms of estimating your retirement corpus to be a 5 crore amount, which I think is a reasonable amount. So I'll still read out the funds for you. Try and scale up as much as you can. Second thing is try and expand the time frame, because the time frames of your goals are the most flexible variable which you have. So if you're thinking 7 years, try and see if I can make it 12 years. 14 years, so that it becomes a realistic goal with the current incomes and the disposable incomes. So the schemes, I would repeat almost the same ones which we read out to Arvind. DSP Equity Opportunities, Franklin India Blue Chip, HDFC Flexi Cap, HDFC Small Cap, ICICI Approved Dividend Yield, ICICI Focused Equity, Invesco India Multi Cap, Kotak Emerging Equity, Kotak Multi Cap, and SBI Contra. These are 10 schemes. Of course, Parag Parikh Flexi Cap is there. You can continue with that. And at a point in time, you can probably converge this to the same 10 schemes in about a year's time when you're free from your exit load period on the current SIP of 7,000.
All right, on that note, it's a wrap. Thank you so much, Feroz, for being on the show and helping our viewers with their strategy in small cap and their portfolio-related questions. Thank you so much. On that note, it's time to sign off, but I'm going to leave you with our WhatsApp number and our email ID where you can reach us and send us your mutual fund portfolio-related queries. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.